quest names are getting more and more fucked up. It doesn't even give me XP anymore. Ready to continue on? Let us make way for that light shown. Yashula and Orion J have opened the way for us. Gonna be the last area. Looks really big though. Oh, never mind. This area is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Yes, I can feel it. The ether emanating from the arcane pattern. There's a portal, and no mistake. See where it leads. Oh my god. They seem super high tech. Is this, whenever they said black and silver, right? I don't know, maybe this is what. Oh, this is what the dragons. Amazing, yet another civilization. Attacked as soon as you arrived? The most welcoming of places, is it? Must try to find denizens who are amenable to conversation. Should also get the lay of the land, see how far we can go. I'll help Alpha know with that. In the meantime, you and Graha can search for friendlier folk. Apart from hostile beings, take care with your footing. I mislike the look of this terrain. And knowing what the locals are like, you'd best take care of yourselves. We'll find you once we finish exploring. See the ether right over there. I expect the twins will seek the outermost bounds of the isle. I suppose we search the central area. There are machines patrolling here and there, sentinels in all likelihood. Like those you encountered, they will most certainly attack any who venture too close. So let's avoid them and look for others that appear more approachable. Please don't look too friendly. You see naught but patrolling machines in the area. They do not seem inclined to non-violent intercourse. Shutting down. Oh, there goes my blast arrow. Ether current. Get it with that, right? Aha, I can't. These people are like all machine. Look, Ceres, the machines here do not appear hostile. Let's see if we can communicate with them. Begging your pardon, but we're searching for the denizens of the star. These unknown life forms detected, assigning generic label, interplanetary travelers. Greetings and welcome to the planet Blip Bloop. The planet what? Could you please repeat that? It appears your hearing organ is unable to process the name in our tongue. It may be translated into yours as Alphatron. Our people, meanwhile, are called Omicrons. You stand within one of our outposts. Omicrons, you say, and what is it that you do here? We are preparing for war. As we presently do not have a designated target, you have nothing to fear. Should your star become designated, however, you will be taken into custody and or terminated. Not a little frightening, these Omicrons, but at least they seem to be forthright. I will see what else I can learn from this fellow, if you could try speaking with you. Bloop bloop. Autonomous weapon deployment complete. Vanguard armament upgrade complete. Munition level satisfactory. Combat readiness assessment normal. Awaiting instruction from Sir. Beginning state of combat readiness. Measuring combat capability. Result negligible. Subject falls outside targeting parameters. Greetings, traveler. We are the Omicrons, and our objective is self-enhancement. In order to achieve this, we venture forth in conquest to acquire combat data and resources. Most recently, we succeeded in subjugating the home world of the beings whose strength was said to be without parallel, the dragons. Yet, though the endeavor yielded a wealth of combat data, the star was rendered barren and unable to yield resources. A subsequent costing determined that the losses incurred exceeding the gains. Greetings, traveler. When venturing outside the outpost, beware malfunctioning units. They do not heed Sir's commands and indiscriminately attack all non-Omicrons. For the avoidance of confusion, be advised that Sir is the alias of Stigma 1, Sir. And Sir issues instructions to our forces as the foremost of the 6 strategic matrices that bear the designation Stigma. I was right, these are the ones that fought the dragons. You learned a few things, so did I. Ere we share our findings, however, I believe it best to step outside the outpost. Come with me. Ah, there you are. We finished surveying the area. This will come as no surprise, but there was no way forward. There were portals like the one we used to get here, but those that worked only sent us to isolated isles. Then as before, you must locate the embodiment of the emotion that bars the way. Of yourselves, did you find anyone to speak with? Found a couple. The Omicron seek to advance themselves through conquest. Following their victory over the dragons, they stand ready for the next campaign, but their leader has yet to issue new commands, and will they wait? In such a place, who could it be that fits Urianje's description? A soul whose yearning for oblivion surpasses all others. Urianje said this? During our investigation, before we joined you in Elegea. So that's the way of it. Why couldn't you just say it to all of us? Given what we know of this place, it's certainly a curious state of affairs. While the dragons and the Ea longed for death, the Omicrons longed for conflict. As much as they may lead to destruction, it must be considered a distinct desire. In order to find the source of the dominant emotion, I believe we should seek out their leader, this Sir. According to M032, the first Omicron with whom we spoke, there is a console by which we might communicate with it. M032 also added that it would be a pointless exercise, but that in itself, I believe is worth investigating. Do you? wonder if they met their end because they didn't get any more orders. No. Bound? No. What? So the console we seek lies on the far side of this isle. Given the nature of the ground, the route may not be entirely direct as it seems. Let us all watch our step as we make our way. Oh, and that's the entirety of this area, I guess. There you go. Now it's fucking loud. Another one right here. Yeah. Is this it? This appears to be the console. It seems unresponsive. Would you care to take a look at it? Tried touching, smacking, and attuning with the console, but there is no response. No luck I see, but there must be a way to activate it. There must.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
As am I. Operating such consoles is trying enough, but if we can't even activate it...
Perhaps there is a way. First, consider the world that has been recreated here. Its inhabitants were machines who gathered combat data to enhance themselves. And among the many wars they waged, the most notable was that against the dragons. The significance of these details may be lost on you now, but they lead me to believe this was the home world of Omega. I speak of the ancient weapon, the one which the Alliance unleashed upon Shinru.
Oh, really?
I will spare you the long story, but according to the records I read in the future, it possessed a single weakness: lightning.
That's all well and good, but what does that... Wait. You're not thinking to strike the console with lightning, are you?
As a matter of fact, I am. Ask yourselves this: why would an entity as puissant as Omega not be designed to suppress the effects of lightning?
Because it relies upon it, or something akin to it, as a source of energy.
My thoughts exactly. And there is a good chance the same is true of the Omicrons and their devices. So, shall I cast caution to the wind and try something reckless and dramatic?
Have at it.
Very well. Here I go.
Turned on.
It worked!
Oh, damn. Okay.
End transmission. Closing connection.
Wait! We have questions for you. Of late, no mission orders have been issued. Why not? Has there been some manner of trouble?
Reply. The Extended Operations Unit is yet to determine guidelines for future assignments. All strategies are calculated, devised, and actioned in accordance with set guidelines. In the interim, all citizens are directed to maintain a state of combat readiness. End reply. Awaiting query.
Can you tell us why the Extended Operations Unit hasn't yet determined the guidelines?
Unable to comply. Information unavailable or access restricted.
In that case, is it possible for us to communicate directly with the unit?
Access denied. Unable to establish connection.
Is there anything you can tell us? Have there been any abnormalities, like a threat to the star or widespread unrest?
Reply. Negative. All citizens continue to operate at maximum efficiency. If your operations are suboptimal, please proceed to a maintenance facility for evaluation. Otherwise, stand by at your designated post. End reply. End transmission. Closing connection.
Huh.
I could activate it again, but I doubt it would be productive. What do you think?
If all the Omicrons really were running as efficiently as it claimed, then I doubt they were hoping for life here to end. As this Sir told us, there just haven't been any new instructions, and everyone is standing by.
Should be standing by at any rate. If there are those that are neglecting their duties, perhaps we can glean a clue from them. I propose we take another look around, and also try to find the operations unit.
They seem to be doing well. There was a reason why they died. Let us focus our search on the outpost. Leslie and I will try speaking with the Omicrons this time, in hopes we might learn something new. Meanwhile, perhaps you and Graha could observe them from a distance? These beings are systematic and routine by nature. If there are any that aren't, it shouldn't be too difficult to spot. If there are no questions, then let us begin at once. As we came this way, I believe I spied a promising vantage point. Follow me. Search base Omicron for errant Omicrons. You may move with the camera. The fuck? That one's going on a speed. God damn it, that was way too fucking fast. Oh, there you go. One wanders about ceaselessly, as if lacking a clear objective. That was speeding. God damn. Sound like the hedgehog over here. And now we're kind of wandering aimlessly? Where? Aha, I see it. It's left the base. Let's follow it. you going, little buddy? Here's another thingamadoohickey. The current. It's not here, but it definitely came this way. It must have used a portal. Time to go through and see what we find. Where'd I end up? Okay. This a tree? Are they something that's supposed to resemble a tree? Hello? What is your query? Oh, you found it. What are you doing here? I am looking at the tree. Quite an unusual specimen. What is this device attached to it? Tree is a sample collected from another star, as it cannot survive in our environment. However, it requires life support. That is the function of the device. You go to such lengths to sustain it. Anything special about this tree? Being foreign matter, protocol requires that we study it. As this task has been completed, the specimen may be discarded. However, when I behold the tree, I am made to feel as though there is a problem. In order to become strong, we have continued to enhance ourselves. We did countless others. We conquered the star whence this tree came. It is the last remnant of a dead world, and there is nothing towards which it may aspire, yet it grows, extends its branches, sprouts leaves, produces seeds. Why does it seek to continue? Why was it made to behave in such a way? What end? I do not understand. See, out of curiosity, does this pertain to your duty? No, it does not. My apologies. I shall return to my designated post and assume a state of combat readiness. So it was acting outside of orders. Perhaps it is simply a malfunctioning Omicron. These are by no means uncommon. But it may also be a unit possessed of the ability to make decisions, one not unlike her. I believe this bears further investigation. To endeavor to live even if we must depend on forces beyond our control. Tell me, Ceres, one day when this adventure becomes a part of your epic, do you think I will be mentioned in it? Maybe a footnote. Of course, why wouldn't you be? Actually think so? That would be a... Hey, I shouldn't say such things until the moment comes to pass. Never mind the embarrassment. Well, we had best get on with our task. Tracking down, sir, and understanding the nature of the emotion which bars our way. As I started having like sort of emotion. Hello, world. To return to the outpost for now. The others will wish to hear about the errant Omicron. The first quest since we got here that hasn't had a weird thingamajiggy. Warehouse says he found a suspicious Omicron. That's good because the units here were of no help. They all had the same thing to say about the extended operations unit, that there's no way to arrange a direct meeting. Still, that served to prove that it's business as usual at the outpost. Enough about this, but enough about us. Tell me you learned something more useful. Omicron trying to make sense of the meaning of life. None of the others were even a fraction as philosophical. Unit may well be in position of leadership, perhaps even one of those that comprise Sir. As we know, the Omicrons invade other stars and enhance themselves using the spoils of conquest. With the technology at their disposal, they should be able to alter their bodies, be it in part or in whole. Setting aside the question of motive, if Sir, for example, wished to have an ordinary Omicron's body, I see no reason why it would not be possible. The problem is how to go about ascertaining if that's what happened. When I attempted to probe further, it promptly ended the conversation. If it is indeed Sir, I doubt it would willingly reveal its true identity. I have an idea. Use the lightning on the console again, but make it stronger, much stronger. At that moment, should the unit exhibit a reaction that could suggest that it has a connection to Sir. An inspired idea, I dare say it is worth a try. I had a feeling you'd be on board. This time you must allow me to do the honors. I will stand guard in case your incantation draws sentries to the scene. As me and Graha will seek out the unit. My part then, I will approach our suspect with and divert its attention. Which time, Ceres, I want you to observe it closely for anomalous behavior. I should mention that shortly before you returned, an Omicron appeared from the same direction. Rather than entering the outpost, however, it headed off towards the console. First, I assumed there was a unit on patrol, but perhaps that could be our errant Omicron. We must seek it out and begin our operation at once. Alright, Alphado? Alphado and I will stay by at the console. When it's time, I'll unleash a veritable storm. This will work, I'm sure of it. After all, our comrades are watching over us. Come, my friend, let us find this doubt-plagued Omicron. Away from me. You're the one that was observing the tree, are you not? Well, glad am I to find you again. A question for you, see, about the device which sustains the tree. Provided it does not necessitate the disclosure of restricted information, very well. There has begun distracting the Omicron. Soon, Alize will strike the console with lightning. Observe M07 closely for anomalous behavior after Alize yet. That was quite a Quite the reaction. An anomaly, you say? Performing diagnostic, error confirmed my connection to Central Command is suffering from intermittent failures. I must leave at once and present myself for maintenance at the nearest facility. You will excuse me. What you need, my friend, isn't maintenance. It is to confront the truth. While we spoke, our comrade struck the console used to communicate with Sir. That is the cause of your anomaly. You are connected to Sir, aren't you? Affirmative. To what end you sought to assert this fact, I do not know, but before we speak further, we must move away from other units. I do not wish for them to know my true identity. Very well. Our friends are at the console. What is that there? Ow.
As you have surmised, I am part of the shared intelligence of Sticker 1. It was my charge to determine the optimal path to achieving our prime function. This body had been abandoned by its former owner and lay unused. I took it and abandoned my own, and with it, my duty.
May we ask why you did this? From what we gather, it seems to be a personal matter.
Our kind did not always look as they do now. Long ago, we possessed frail and feeble bodies. Beleaguered by stronger races, our ancestors took to augmenting their flesh in order to defend themselves. What began with limited parts eventually spread to the whole body, and at last, a means was discovered to convert the mind into data, rendering even the brain obsolete. Such complete mechanical beings were called the Omicrons, and by their might, we came to reign supreme over the star. But even then, we did not feel secure. For we knew that the universe was home to civilizations aside from our own. Civilizations that may be stronger still than us. Rather than risk becoming the subjugated, we chose to become the subjugator. We began our conquest of the stars, that we might acquire the resources and knowledge we needed to reign supreme. We were successful in that endeavor. So powerful did we become, we could lay low even the mighty dragons. But then something unexpected happened. I began experiencing an error. I could no longer determine an optimal path.
You were malfunctioning.
I performed numerous full system scans, each time finding no issues. Yet the error persisted. It was then that I speculated. What could happen if we grew so powerful as to have no equal? To become stronger was essential to our existence. Our every action has been in service to this objective. But if nothing lies beyond this, can it be truly said that it was essential? Have we been engaging only in wanton destruction?
You could find no threat to justify your purpose.
The Omicrons will never leave this star. They will stand by until their reserves of energy is spent. For I have no path to offer them. None.
It is not our place to pass judgment on the deeds of the Omicrons. But surely, this does not have to spell the end of your people. With your power and knowledge, the possibilities are endless. Why not seek out a new purpose?
That is impossible. In the beginning, we had a higher purpose than our pursuit of power, but we lost sight of it when we so irrevocably altered our fundamental forms. When we cast aside our flesh, so too did we cast aside all that defined us. Nothing remains of who we once were. I have no aspirations. No longer can I dream. The vital spark is lost. Lost amidst circuitry and code and commands.
Ah. I believe I know how to overcome this despair. The words are ready in my mind, but ere I speak them, I want you to make me a promise. Be it across time or space, our promises have always connected us. And so I ask that you indulge me once more, that this won't be the end.
Say it. I'll do it. Gotta have trust in him.
Is that so? In that case, I won't hold back. First, I want to visit Ishgard with you. Properly. We scarcely had time to look around last time. I should like it very much if you could show me the sights. Next, you must regale me with your greatest adventures, in the places where you lived them, if possible. I may have read about all your deeds, but there is no substitute for a first-hand account. And last but not least, a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced before. We'll travel the lands, cross the seas, and take to the skies upon the eternal wind, and it will be marvelous. It will. If you would humor me a moment. When we awaken each morning, how can we prove that we're the same individual who retired the night before? Through the remembrance of past events, we might say. We have our memories, yet there are times when we forget or recall incorrectly. What of our bodies, then? It is the same one, we might say, yet technically speaking, as living beings, our bodies are constantly changing. It will never be as it was at an earlier point in time. Our souls are no more immutable. On our star, people are known to inherit the souls of others, yet they are decidedly different beings. For my part, I've subjected my totality to much and more. I've made my body into an extension of a tower, blended my soul and memories with those of another self, and each time I would ask myself, what is it that makes me, me?
Were you able to determine an answer?
No. But that doesn't mean I'm confused. It simply means I'm the same as everyone else. So I posit this. Who we were need not prescribe what we now hold in our hearts. Whatever came before, what matters most is the present. For me, that is being here with my friends, full proud of how much we've grown together. So I urge you to not give up. Heed your heart's desire and hope that the future you long for shall be realized.
I cannot. We cannot. We cannot understand desire, nor comprehend hope. We do not know how to create such things.
We are not unlike, you and I. I too have struggled to find the courage to express and embrace my wants. If you like, I will tell you a tale. A tale of a world on the brink, of a people who never gave up on the future, of a man who realized his grandest dreams and then awakened to a grander reality.
You idiot! Just once, stay with us to the end.
Last civilization? Is there any other ones? They all leave so easily, as if it's nothing. What do they think we feel? Next time we meet, I'll give him such a flick that that'll be just to start. Oh, and that'll be just to start. Forge ahead. The crystalline path, Graha has paved it for us. Difficult as it is, we must carry on. For our friends and all who await us in faith. So come, let us seek the path's beginning. It appears to be near the outpost. Music. Look, Ceres, the portal is open. Will surely deliver us. True, it must. Well, here's where the path begins, and it ascends to dizzying heights. Let's make our way, one sure step at a time. Our friends got us this far. Their courage, their strength, their wisdom, their love. We owe it to them to continue, no matter how long it takes. All I could hear are my footfalls, my heartbeat, so much quieter now. But the fact we can breathe and continue on is proof that the others are still with us. They are, aren't they? Nickrid would scout the road ahead. Yashala and Urianger would trade opinions on esoteric subjects. Graha would join in their discussion, or else chat with me and Alize about the mission. Justinian would be at the rear, apart yet present. Although while you would come and go, wherever you are needed, and together we would travel. Those broken stars I see, shattered, ruptured, unraveled, I wonder if they're also worlds recreated at their ends. The sight of them fills me with sorrow I cannot describe, truth I cannot deny. Birth and death, whence we came and where we'll return, a wheel from which there is no escape. The innumerable lights that shine in the distance, to think that they all could have birthed civilizations. Think that everything they built has gone to dust, their peoples lost to despair. The stars floating in this sea of midnight, ours is a lonely aberration. And yet, no matter how many worlds we have met their ends, with you and Alize beside me, there is nothing I fear, no ocean so vast I cannot cross. The portal is barely visible from up here. Surely we've come far, much farther than would have been possible had we kept chasing perfect ideals as we did in the past. Just because we have known failure and frustration, that we have learned and grown from them, that Heidelin has entrusted us with this mission, with the fate of the very star. All a dream, isn't it? A long, elaborate dream. In a moment now, I'll wake up in my bed, still a student, grandfather alive. I'd go about my day, relieved as the fragments of what other life fade away. That would be happiness, wouldn't it? That none of it... No. I won't give up on these experiences. Good and bad, they are mine. They are me. Rest assured I am fine, but thank you for your concern. What of yourself? Though we can't afford to be too leisurely, neither need we rush unduly. We've crossed an impossible distance to stand where we are now, and we're but a few steps away from journey's end. It'll be over before we know it. Me? Oh, I still have plenty of legs left in me. But don't you worry. It's you I'm worried about. You always push yourself so hard for us, for everyone. And while we're here, we'll make sure to bear our share of the burden. Well, this is it. The end of the path and the beginning of whatever awaits. There will be greater hardships. We may be made to feel powerless, yet come what may, let us have no regrets. And let us have pride in what we have achieved. In what we achieved and how it changed us for the better. That's worth fighting for, and dying for. They did. There are some structures up ahead, still a ways to go before we reach the dead sun. Given all this, I know how naive it must sound to hope it all works out somehow. Still, you'll forgive me if I wish for it all the same. For you most of all. Not that you of all people need it, it's just after all the help you've given me. For once, I want to be the one to help you. This is almost. Normal. It's not unlike many cities we know, but it's deathly quiet. The inhabitants are within the buildings or visible to our senses. Wrong on both counts. There is simply no one here. Ition. This is how I found it when I arrived. The star which one pulsed with life, but no longer. How it ended, I do not know. Invasion, sickness, suicide, none to say. None live to speak for the dead. They are gone. Gone. Search all you like, but you'll only end up turning back. There is no one here, then neither should there be emotion to bar our way. Yet Michian seems convinced we'll turn back. What riddle is this? Whatever Michian may have said, we should confirm it with our own eyes. We'll need to have a look around. Indeed, at the very least, it doesn't appear to be a sprawling place those before. If we split up, it shouldn't take too long to cover the area.